reach down into your pants, find your balls.
All right, longer. Let's do it.
Wait a damn minute.
Jarvis, scan this guy's balls.
Will do, sir. Scanning complete, sir.
I knew it.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Man, you're telling me what was supposed to be a feminist middle finger to both the patriarchy and haters of the Disney sequel trilogy ended up backfiring in the most spectacularly public way.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Before you knew it, the entire internet had gone nuclear on Disney's ass. Everyone with a channel was making videos, everyone with a voice was making it heard in the comment section. It was open season on the House of Mouse, even going as far as to hit the mainstream press.
Star Wars announced that their next film will be directed by a feminist who says she enjoys making men feel uncomfortable.
This ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
But the day went by without another interview being unearthed doing the rounds. Now sure, most of the time she wasn't talking about Star Wars per se, but he definitely got insight into what this woman's all about, like what she creatively prioritizes. There was absolutely nothing in relation to creating family entertainment.
Every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there.
And the hits just keep on coming.
To the shills coming out in defense, who as usual make no sense, Disney started to panic. I mean really, really panic.
Target the Reavers. Target everyone. Somebody fire!
So, is this really the future of what we'll be watching in 2024?
To the point where they were forced to make an announcement, any announcement, take away the attention from what was really going on.
Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal.
If it was this bad barely a week after the announcement, how much more would it be 2 years later the movie's about to be released? Man, all of this, we're not even halfway through January yet.
That's a f***ing story, man.
Charlie Chaplin entered a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest in Monte Carlo and came in third. Now that's a story.
My question is, will it be enough?
I doubt it.
There's only so many times you can pee in a pool before that water needs to be changed. Disney Star Wars is that pool, and the Lucasfilm Story Group are the ones that couldn't hold it in. Speaking of, judging by this lot, I can definitely concur.
It's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
Man, the sheer testosterone, it's just toxic. It's too much of it. Overwhelmed. Look, even Reach is second guessing his manhood.
Do we need more women in Star Wars? No, we don't. No one. Women don't even watch Star Wars. They don't even care about it. It's a man's little thing. Let them have it. But they want to be like, oh, there's such a deprivation. We got to be in it so they can be a mini hero. When you don't have anything outside of your gender as a way of being proud of yourself, you use your gender as a shortcut for entitlement and heroic stances.
Many women that come from our part of the world think that it's a disadvantage. I've always thought that being a woman is my greatest asset. I mean, I really can get away with doing a lot of things in Pakistan, getting into places and getting out because I'm a woman.
What it does is keeps the power in the hands of the women, and whenever you redirect power entirely to women, just like if it was entirely to men, it creates an unhealthy society.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Definitely couldn't have looked better saying it. Unfortunately, Disney still refused to acknowledge this universal truth. I mean, what'll it take? I don't know. Maybe when this movie bombs catastrophically, then they'll listen. It's too late. It's not like these days people need a reason not to turn out to watch a Disney movie. I mean, think about it. This could potentially make the Marvels look like Avatar in terms of box office numbers. The question to you, Disney, is you can't even convince people to watch your Star Wars content for free in the comfort of their own home. How in blazes are you going to convince them to part with their hard-earned cash to watch it on the big screen?
That's impossible!
You had a golden goose, the biggest in Hollywood.
This is incredible.
Instead of feeding it to create more eggs, you decided, nah mate, I'm going to cook this bad boy and eat it instead.
There were times that I actually felt retarded.
Like really retarded.
So yeah, I completely get why they made this hasty announcement. That being said, there's a lot of pressure putting on Favreau. That being said, if anyone has a chance, how slim that chance is, and I'm talking like slim, it's gonna be Favreau. Filoni already blew his shot with Ahsoka, Rogue One aside, and completely ignoring Mando Season 3. Favreau gave us the best Star Wars I've seen since they acquired the IP. Yes, I liked Andor, but more in the 2001 A Space Odyssey meet The Dirty Dozen kind of way. The actual Star Wars feeling show. I'll cover it in another video. Point is, Favreau is the only name in that entire company worth mentioning. Now, all that being said, even if the movie is a success, people love it, it's $1 billion at the box office. Great job, Favreau. It's still gonna be superseded with utter crap in the form of the Mangold movie, this activist chicks movie, and the Filoni movie. Basically gonna be 2 hours of Ahsoka doing this. I mean, truly riveting stuff. On top of that, even worse, it's going to be preceded by the two worst entries in the whole entire Disney Star Wars canon. Skeleton Crew, and who can forget the Acolyte. It's like the reverse scenario of Captain Marvel, which will probably mean it'll have a reverse effect. Sorry Disney, but
There is no version of this where you come out on top.
in fact, the only way you can save Star Wars, like the only way. I've given this some real thought. You listening, Disney? You're not gonna like it. But hey, if medicine wasn't good for you, it wouldn't taste like crap. First, scrap these 3 movies and give Favreau an entire trilogy with 100% authority.
I have complete autonomy.
You the man.
Give these 2 projects the Batgirl treatment. Not only that, let him bring Carano back. If she's willing, she'd make a killing. Not only that, find a way to incorporate Luke Skywalker. Not the got milk version, the real Luke. The one who kicks ass and takes names. Not only that, center the story around the world between worlds. Once again, the real one. From there, it should be pretty obvious what you need to do. Next.
It's the only way to be sure.
Fucking A. Failing that, most you can hope for is a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 type performance at the box office. Yeah, sure, it made money. It had a pretty decent run, but it did nothing to change people's perception of the Disney brand, i.e. every other movie around it, just business as usual, or lack of. And as for this male feminist, hang on a minute, the name's kinda familiar. Yes. Yeah, thought as much. Stand by women only when it's convenient to do so. You idiot! As for the rest of you shills, you know who you are. Struggling to keep your head up due to lack of having a spine. Putting aside the fact Marshall Lucas was instrumental in the creation of Star Wars. To address this dumb comment that this woman made. You're all trying to defend.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Quote,
I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
Now, this comes from the direct headline reads, Star Wars, all 18 fired and replaced directors in the Disney era. And it's a list of just that. This doesn't even include the writers that were fired, but let's go through it. Gareth Edwards, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, Colin Trevorrow, Josh Trank, James Mangold, Stephen Dolry, Ryan Johnson, Benioff and Weiss, J.D. Dillon, Patty Jenkins, Taika Waititi, Justin Simien, Sean Levy, Kevin Feige. And yes, he'd go there. Each one hired, fired, or completely denied they existed. Like Kathleen Kennedy herself.
Kevin Feige's project was something announced in the press, or I suppose fandom, but there was nothing ever got developed.
Only one of that list of names was a woman. So ask yourself, dear shill, if it's such an important thing for a woman to shape the destiny of Star Wars on the big screen, why is it taking Kathleen Kennedy 12 years to do it? She's the one in control, she's the one who makes all the decisions. But none of you all see that, or you simply choose not to. Or maybe it's just your head's buried so far up Disney's ass, you don't know where Disneyland ends and you begin. I know it's funny. Kind of reminds me of that time Natalie Portman wore that dress to the Oscars. You know, the one with the cape. Cape that had a list of every female director's name that was snubbed that year. Do you remember how virtuous she was?
Quite a bold statement to make, but Natalie sure knows how to carry it off well.
Yep, she certainly does.
But wait! There's more!
Everybody's calling her off because she has her own production company and she never hired any female director. And I'm like, huh? Look at that, huh? What is the turn off event? Like, you are hypocrite. Everybody's calling her hypocrite.
And that's what these people are. Make no mistake about it. They'll always say what needs to be said, but they'll never do what needs to be done. Ah, dear. You know, it's funny. There was a time when Disney's biggest fear was that interest in the Star Wars IP was
fade in.
Truth is, things now are much, much worse. Interest in the IP is simply, well, it's gone. But enough from me, over to you now. You tell me what you think of all this. Is it all things forgiven? Looking forward to seeing Favreau on the big screen. Can he do what he did for Iron Man? Think we'd ever get a Rey movie? Comment down below and let the Sith killer know. I'm out of here.
I remember Kathy came into the room with her steno pad and her pencil, and she was horrible at taking notes, and she was terrible, and she didn't really know how to do it very well. But what she did know how to do was interrupt somebody in mid-sentence. We'd be pitching ideas back and forth, and Kathy, who's supposed to be writing these ideas down, suddenly put her pencil down and would say something like, and what if he didn't get the girl, but instead he got the dog?
Oh, wait, you're serious? Let me laugh even harder.